some of the WH questions.
Okay, the question what is going to be answered by thing. And one example is, what is that? The question when is going to be answered by time. And one example is, when is again? The question who is going to be answered by a person. And one example is, who do you live with? The question where is going to be answered by a place. And one example is, where do you live? The question why is going to be answered by a reason. And one example is, why are you so happy? And the question how is going to be answered by a direction or feelings. And one example is, how are you?
Okay, the WH questions in present use do or be. You're going to use WH plus the do or does plus the subject and plus the verb. An example is, where do you work? Or where does she wake up? When does she wake up?
WH questions will be WH plus does plus subject plus verb. For example, where are you from? Who is that man? When is your class? WH questions are similar to yes or no questions, but they have WH and star. For example, are you from Canada? Where are you from?
Here we have some activities for you guys, and we want you to participate. Okay. Here we have 4 questions and 4 answers. So, here, who want to participate? Can you please participate?
No,
Yeah.
for the first time.
You're going to answer depending on what you think.
Where do you live? I live in Toronto.
Okay. So, let's just again. Somebody else?
Your brother, he is right. Thanks for asking.
Just one more. Nobody? You?
Yeah.
You want me?
What is it? That is my electronic dictionary.
Okay. Now, my partner is going to do the other activity. How is this activity wants to participate?
Why do you take English class? Because I want to improve my speaking.
Well, so let's participate. Nobody? You?
Where's he from work? He works at post office.
Here's not correct.
She's reading a
Yes, it's correct.
No.
Yes. Why is working?
Because it's where
Why? Because you are going to answer it because. You are going Okay, from here, who wants to participate? Here's a blank. Are you sad because my dog is sick? That's correct. Another person? Blank is the bank. This one or the line.
Where is the man? It's not for example. I cook rice,
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Charlie, can you please give them some feedback?
Okay, for example, where do you live? I live in Toronto. Where? What other example can I use where?
In the question,
Yes, in the question.
can you give the information about the places?
It gives you the information for places, correct. Okay, when is the party? What am I looking for when I use when? What is it? Look at the example. When is the party? What is a party? What is it? I'm not asking for Spanish, I'm asking what is a party?
Yes.
A place where people gather and eat, okay? Or drink sodas. Okay, man, might drink a couple of beers, but we're not talking about that. When is the party? What is when?
When you need information about the time.
The time? The time and the place, correct? And how? How is your brother? Here, look at the example. How is your brother? What am I asking here? For using how? How are you, sister?
Describe your fields or things.
Correct. Okay, what is this, Chris?
What for things?
For things, okay? For example, what is this?
This is a form. This is a class.
This is a class, this is an activity using the WH questions, correct, right? Okay, when, where, what, how? Is that enough?
Yeah, thank you. Chris, can you give me some feedback about it?
For me, it was good. Well, for me, you need more examples. For example, give some sentences using the who, the when, where, what, which. You might miss which.
People usually don't use which.
Use which.
They tend to forget that.
Well, that's right. But maybe in something in which what do you want, right? That's when you use which. But for me, you need a little more examples.
Well, for us, we think that they are the ones that the most people use. So that's why we did that, and we wanted to make something quick, so you don't get it.
Okay.
Chris,
It was easy, simple, depending for a low level. It was basic. Introduction, using the WH questions. It was introduction.
Chris, can you give me one with which, please? Yeah.
Okay.
Complex one.
Complex.
Yep.
Okay, let me tell you an example. If I am to write. Oh, imagine that I go to buy a pet, okay? And I like dogs. And I like different kind of dogs. For example, maybe a Winnie dog. Do you know what one a Winnie dog is? It's a
Yes.
small dog.
Small, long
It's
dog.
long. Okay? Has big ears. You know?
Brown and white.
Sometimes it's brown or black. Okay, that's a Winnie dog. I like also Rottweiler. You know what a Rottweiler is? They're big.
The big dogs.
Yeah, they're big dogs. They're usually black. They're strong. Okay? And maybe the salesperson will tell me, which one do you want? Oh, if I want a big dog, what will I pick?
The second one.
The second dog, the Rottweiler. But if I want the smallest dog, the first one. Which one? That's when I use wish, okay? Wish.
Okay, but for example, which is a homophone? That's more advanced. A homophone is something, for example, kids might say, well, which, una bruja. And it's a homophone. A homophone is something that rhymes the same but writes differently. For example, which and which. The which is the one that Chris just gave an example, and the other which is the one that about a witch. The one that makes spells, like Chris has said.
Right or wrong?
But do we usually have those? Is it true?
Yes, which?
Which? Okay, it's a homophone. Do you guys know what a homophone is?
It has a lot of meanings.
For
Well,
example,
not
another
meanings, but
homophone?
it
words?
sounds the same.
Sound the same but spelled differently. Like which and which, okay? So kids might get this confused. No, it's witch, it's bruja, no. You gotta explain out these two different words. Homophone.
Remember yesterday's Iraria's example for the homophones?
Yes.
No, put there. No and no.
No.
You, Chris?
I wasn't here.
Yeah, do it, Chris.
For example, yes. Sometimes we might be confused in this word. In these two words. No and no. Okay?
That's a homophone.
Do you know him? Okay, which one am I using?
Bottom one.
This or this?
Bottom one.
That's right. Do you know him? Do you know her? That's right. No. And the answer might be no. Okay. No, the first one. Yes? You might be confused in that. No and no. Okay? Another homophone can be. Well, that's about. That's right.
3, but that one is not really as a.
This one's.
Well, the two is a homophone too.
What is in 3? There's an over 1, 3, 3. And this one? It's a big blank, right?
Charlie, the example that you say?
Number 2, it's a homophone. There's 2 numbers. There is 3 2s. Can someone give me one of them? How do you spell it? Okay, that's one. Thank you. Someone else? Okay. And what other 2? What? How do you spell it? Making sure you know how to spell it. These are homophones. 2, 2, 2. You say it the same, spelled differently. For example, I have 2 dogs, referring with the number, right? And 2 means another word. Do you know that word?
Me too.
Me too, and another word? Also. Okay, using 2, how can I give an example using 2? From 2 as a gift. Now that we have Christmas around the block, from, for example, Carlos to Chris, right? If I can give him a gift, marker,
Or a present.
a present, okay? And 2, can you give an example how to use 2?
I like English. Me too.
For example, I like English.
Me too.
Me too. Okay, that's another example. I like. I like English. Me too. Meaning as. What does 2 also mean? Also, correct.
Okay, there are another way to say 2. The low we go.
This one?
With the quantifiers, the 2, the second one. For example, God, you just saw it. The quantifier, do you remember 2? 2, for example, too many. There are too many. Too many. What does that mean? Too many?
A lot.
There are a lot. That's a quantifier. Too many. That's another